So how's it going, boss buddies? I hope you're all doing really well. Now, a few days ago I had a full wearing of Oud Orange by Fragrance Du Bois. This one right here, one of the samples that they sent me a few weeks ago. So I'm going to be back in just a second with my full thoughts on this one. So welcome back, my name's Scott and I'm the Luxury Fragrance Boss and you're watching the Luxury Fragrance Boss channel. So welcome back and thank you for tuning in for another review. Now, as I said, a few days ago I had a full wearing of Oud Orange Intense from Fragrance Du Bois. Now, one thing that I have been so impressed with the whole line so far with this company is just the sheer quality, the longevity and the projection that I'm getting from these fragrances. All you can smell with these is pure quality. I mean, what I'm loving as well is just the different variations that I've tried so far. So, I mean, so far, besides Syrah Oud, it's pretty much been the shades of Bois, as what their collection's called, that I've tried. They do have a few collections of which I've got samples of all the different fragrances that they do. So we'll be sampling all the way through the house's whole collection eventually. Obviously, I've got a lot of other fragrances to get through as well. But as I work my way through, like I say, what I'm loving is the different variations on their own organic oud. Now, the oud is the main thing, it's the main base and the main DNA of their fragrances. It's pure organic and it's sustainable oud. It's something that they started about 10 years ago when they started planting their own oud. Started growing their own oud wood. So that's what they use in all of their fragrances. Now, one thing that I do love, I mean, this is just to give you an idea of the packaging, if you haven't seen it before, this is the Oud Intense that they sent me. So beautifully packaged there. Now with this one as well, or with any of the bottles, you get a nice little sample here. And in there, you've got a little information card which tells you a little bit about the little oud chip or oud wood chip you've got in there, and then a little certification. I don't know if you can see that, but it tells you where it came from and out of what batch and stuff like that, which is, I think, a really, really beautiful touch for this house. They're a fairly new house. I think they're only I'm not sure how old they are. I think just a few years old. But yeah, I mean, I've been so impressed with the quality of all of their fragrances so far. So let's get into Oud Orange Intense. What I love about this one is, let's talk about what I really get from this one. Now, all the notes listed don't really sort of stand out from one another. It's sort of very, very hard to sort of pick out what's really in there, sort of when you first sniff it. What I really get from this is like a powdery orangeady kind of smell, if that makes sort of any sense, or maybe like a I don't know if you know sherbet, it's what we call it in England. I don't know what you call it in the States. It could be sherbet as well, but it's sort of that very powdery, sort of sweetish. It's got like kind of a musky kind of smell to it, but it's very sweet at the same time, and that's very much what I get from this. From those of you, if you're in England, if you know refreshers or even Love Hearts, I know Love Hearts are all around the world. You know that kind of smell that you get when you open that little packet of Love Hearts? That's very similar to what you're going to get with this one here. It's that sort of sweet, beautiful, sort of powdery smell. Definitely sort of unmistakably powdery. But very, very beautiful fragrance, very, very wearable, very, very likable. Like I said, it's very hard to pick out the individual notes. I mean, that's what I get from it, but when I go through the notes, you'll see that nothing sort of in there would really sort of could maybe make this smell. But let's go through. So you've got the top notes, you've got coconut and fruits. In the middle notes, you've got vanilla bourbon, and in the base notes, you've got vanilla, musk, and then they're 100% pure organic oud. So, I mean, these go together, like I say, to make a beautiful sort of powdery, orangeady, or sort of sweetish kind of, it's kind of a fizzy, like I say, it's very hard to describe, but it's a very, very beautiful fragrance. I definitely recommend trying it. I mean, if you can get your hands on any of the samples of these, or you do get the chance to try out any of these, definitely go through them, because there's something for absolutely everybody from this house. I'm convinced of that by the variation that I've tried so far. I've still got the Oud Blue Intense to review, but I have worn that one as well, and that's again another different spin on an oud, which is something that this company or this brand is very, very good at. They give so many different spins on the same oud. That DNA is definitely there with their own individual oud, but yeah, there's so many different spins and so many different variations through this house of what I've tried so far. There's something out there for absolutely everybody, even if you're not a massive oud lover as well. They're definitely worth trying out. Like I say, what I get from this one is a beautiful sort of powdery orange kind of smell. But yeah, very, very nice, very, very wearable. Projection on this one's not massive. So far, the strongest one I've tried would definitely be the Oud Vert Intense. But longevity with all of these is fantastic. Like I say, it's, I'm just so impressed with the quality of these fragrances so far. Absolutely phenomenal. So, I mean, if you do get a chance to try any of these, if you're looking for something, if you're like a sort of sweeter, more powdery scent, definitely try out Oud Orange Intense, because that could be well up your street. But other than that, I mean, like I say, a fantastic house, and I'm really impressed with all the fragrances that I've tried so far. I've not really sort of found anything I haven't liked from them so far, but I've not tried the rose one yet. So that's the only one that, of course, scares me because I'm not a big rose lover. But I do like to try them every now and then, just to see if I get on with them. One thing I found, I mean, for instance, like the Syrah Oud, when I tried their Syrah Oud, I hated it at first. I was like, how can anyone wear this? Because it had such a strong sort of sour, I mean, that's the way that rose smells to me. It smells very, very sour. But after 45 minutes, this dies down into something absolutely beautiful. It dies down to something similar. I'd say like an oud version of African Leather by Memo is the best way I can describe Syrah Oud. But yeah, very, very beautiful scent, and it's really worth waiting for. So that's why I like to sort of bear with the rose notes. So that's my thought on Oud Orange Intense by Fragrance Du Bois. I hope you enjoyed my short review of that one. As usual, please like, comment and subscribe below. I always love to hear your thoughts. Let me know which ones are your favourites from this line, or if you've looking forward to trying this line. I know they're well talked about in the fragrance community over the last sort of few months, I've noticed. But yeah, wonderful, wonderful house. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram. That way you can keep up to date with my scent of the day, anything like that. You can find me at Luxury Fragrance Boss. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. That way you keep up to date with all my videos. Anytime I release a new video, you get a notification. Besides that, stay smelling fantastic. I look forward to seeing you very soon in my next review, and thank you so much for watching.